My name is Mary Beth Shreve. I'm the West Virginia State Coordinator for Quilts of Valor. I live in Charleston, and I just wanted to say that I appreciate Nicholas County Commission for paying for this building today for me to come and do an award ceremony. I go all over the state, and I have to find free places to do it, and they were gracious enough to pay the $200 fee to rent this building, so I really appreciate them. But I want to tell you a little bit about Quilts of Valor. Had all of our veterans showed up today, we would have had 23 or 24, and they may still come in. But I want to tell you a little bit about Quilts of Valor Foundation first. A Quilt of Valor is a civilian award for the individual service and sacrifice to defend our country's freedoms. The mission of the Quilts of Valor Foundation is to cover service members and veterans touched by war with comforting and healing Quilts of Valor. The foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit and was founded by Kathleen Roberts, whose son Nate was stationed in Iraq. The first Quilt of Valor was awarded at Walter Reed Hospital in 2003, and as of this morning when I checked, across the nation, we have awarded 393,000 quilts nationwide. Yeah, that's awesome. Any veteran of any age, it doesn't matter if they served during war or not, is eligible to receive a Quilt of Valor. That requirement sometimes is misled because they think that they served in their local armory their whole service, but if you're honorably discharged, you're entitled to receive a Quilt of Valor. And the oath of enlistment states that I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. These veterans laid down their lives for us. It doesn't matter where they served or when they served. Each veteran has a different time and meaning. If they served during war, of course, if the veterans served just at in their local state, has a real different meaning. A Quilt of Valor is not a charity quilt. It's an award given to those that served. It's a civilian award to our service members and veterans. It's not to be used as a gift or presented for surprises, anniversaries, birthdays, any kind of a celebration like that. These are an award, and the veteran has to be told ahead of time that he's receiving it. And these awards sometimes, the veterans tell me, means more to them than some of their military medals because it's from their local state and their local community. A veteran is a thank you from all of us for your service and sacrifice. And veterans that are coming today, Oh, she's waving at somebody. It's customary for us to wrap the veteran in these quilts. And by doing that, we're giving you a quilty hug. But I hope that's okay and it doesn't offend you, but that's what we do. We wrap you in it, and we're going to take your picture if that's okay. If you're having a good day, veteran, these quilts are not made to just be hung up and never used. We want you to use them. We don't want you just to hang up and use them as decoration. The whole purpose of these quilts is for you to use them. If you're having a bad day, wrap your quilt around you. If you're not feeling well, wrap your quilt around you. Know that your local community and your state appreciate your service and your sacrifice, and we're thinking of you. If the veteran lives in another state, if you nominate a veteran, we have state coordinators in every state. So if you want to nominate a veteran, if they live in this state, it will come directly to me. If the veteran lives in another state, it will go to that state coordinator, and we have a state coordinator in every state. Once the quilt is awarded, it's registered with the Quilts of Valor Foundation, and we send in pictures to them also. And each quilt has a label on it, on the back of it, that says your name, the date, today's date, who pieced the quilt, who quilted it, who did the binding on it. And all of these quilts that you're going to see, these are not just $25 Walmart blankets, as some people call them blankets. These are quilts. The average value of them, the appraisal value on them is between $700 and $1,400, but we want you to use them. That's the whole purpose. Everything for these quilts has been donated by donations that came in, and it averages, we spend about $300 a quilt making them. But each quilt, somebody could have pieced your top, somebody else could have did the quilting, Somebody else could have did the binding. Somebody embroidered the label on them, and somebody stitched that on. So you may have had multiple people using hands on them. And some of them that have the same star on them, people from across the state made those stars and then sent them to me, and then we put them into quilts. But I'm going to call the veterans up individually in alphabetical order. And once we get you up here, we'll not make you stand. There's so many of you. We'll let you sit until everybody gets up here. And then we'd like to take some pictures of you, if that's okay. Once I get everybody up here, each of you will receive a certificate, and I'll read that certificate to you at the end so we don't have to read it 20 times. But our first veteran is, and I don't think he got here. Did any of them come in?
No.
Robert Delmas Bennett. Okay. Stephen Bledsoe, United States Army. Did he get here? Nope. Joseph Brooks Bozo was supposed to be here, but he had a death in the family, so I knew he wasn't going to be able to get here. Levi Bragg, United States Army. We like to show the veteran their quilt first, and then these ladies are going to wrap them.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service, sir. We'll let you sit down. Mr. Bragg, at the end, we'd like for you to come back up here, though. Okay. Lowell Brown, United States Army. Sorry.
Can't get me wrapped.
Thank you for your service, sir. I know you have to leave, right?
I gotta go play music at 2
Yeah.
o'clock.
Can we take a picture of you before you leave? Can we take your picture before you leave?
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody take his picture for me.
I got him.
Okay.
Hold on to this, Bragg. Or Mr. Brown, sorry. All right, you gonna turn around?
You're both at camera.
All right.
I didn't say
You're going to miss some pizza and refreshments. William Carson, United States Army. You didn't come? Robert Courier, United States Army.
We're always flipping.
I'm okay with it.
Okay. Well, yeah. Thank you for your service, sir.
Bobby Dalton, United States Navy. I do want to say that a lot of these men have been on my list, nomination list since last year. It takes me a while to get to an area, plus it also takes a while to get these quilts made. So it generally takes 6 months to a year to make these. Thank you for your service, sir. Is that Dalton? Facemeyer?
Yep.
Lanny D. Facemeyer, United States Navy.
Did they get my picture?
Thank you for your service, sir. Eugene R. Grego, United States Army. Glenn Grego, United States Army.
No, oh, you gotta be this.
No, oh, is that Eugene?
Eugene got the wrong quote.
Eugene, we give you the wrong one.
Come on back, Eugene.
There's two Gregos. You got to give it back.
You took your brother's quilt.
It was nice while it lasted. This glance,
Yeah, they've got their name on it, so we have to trade them. The girls just,
He's my
All right.
I got it. You're
We'll wrap you in your right one. There you go. All right. So. All right. Do you want to stand with him? Jonathan? Your certificate.
yeah, we'll bring you back up here. We were going to have you set up here, but you all sat down, so that's fine. Randy Hall, United States Air Force. Thank you for your service, sir. Thank you. Richard Hunley, United States Army.
Thank you, that wraps things up.
Dow Johnson, United States Army. I think he's one of them that didn't come.
Which one?
Johnson,
He didn't come, so.
yeah, he didn't come. So, Robert C. Massey, United States Army.
No.
Okay. Walter McClung, United States Army. Thank you for your service, sir. Charles W. Monroe, United States Army. You want to sit? He's right here. Ladies, it's this gentleman.
He's this gentleman.
Well, ma'am.
No, you want this, don't you?
Gary O'Brien, United States Army. Thank you for your service, sir.
Ready.
I worked so hard on it.
Thank you for your service.
Dennis Odell, United States Army.
Thank you for your service.
They're all so different. Arthur Edward Ramsey, United States Air Force. Thank you for your service, sir. Lindsay Ray, United States Air Force. Yeah. Sir, have you received a Quilt of Valor too?
No, I'm just here with my girl.
I know you are, but have you received a Quilt of Valor? Would you? I'd like to award you too, but I don't have your name. There's the card. We'll get his. What is your name?
It's Eric Evans.
Eric Evans.
He's Lindsay's youngest grandson.
Oh.
A family that followed us in the military.
Smart man. Proud of him? You know, you can't, everyone can't get on the
And Eric, if you'll give me your address and everything afterward, I'll send your certificate in the mail to you. We saw you in uniform, so I wanted to make sure we ask.
You ready? Don't want you to trip up, that would be bad.
Yeah. Delbert H. Shamlin, United States Army.
You got the eagle one.
Dole Williams, United States Army. And if you look, veterans, if you look at your quilt, some of these have messages wrote into you. His, I can see, I like to write messages when I quilt them. So his has honor, respect, and valor on it. But check yours, you may have something wrote in yours too. Normally when I read the certificates to you, I have you up here, but we'll bring everybody up afterward because I know some are in walkers and can't stand for long. So veterans, your certificate, I'm going to read the certificate that you received to you. Each of your certificates has your name, what branch of service you served in, and today's date. And it says, the Quilts of Valor Foundation wishes to recognize you for your service to our nation. We consider it our privilege to do so. Though we may never know the extent of your service and sacrifice to protect and defend the United States of America, we award you this Quilt of Valor as an expression of gratitude from a grateful nation. Thank you so much for your service. But before we stop, and there is refreshments. But before we stop, I want to tell you a little bit, a story. This is my 10th year, or going into my 10th year. In November, it'll be 10 years of being state coordinator. I go all over the state, and I've met many, many veterans in all areas. But I have to tell you that one story has touched me more than anything. I had a veteran in a county that was close to Charleston, very small community. And when I called the veteran, he was the only veteran, when the nominations come into the foundation, if it's a West Virginia veteran, it automatically comes to me. He was the only one I had in this county. So when his quilt was ready, I contacted his family and told him the quilt was ready. And normally we ask the veteran, some veterans don't want to be awarded in an event like this. They just want to be awarded at home. We don't do mail order or anything like that. It has to be awarded individually to the veteran. So when I contacted him, the wife, his wife, he was in the background. They always have me on speaker. She wanted a ticker tape parade. And I told her, you just set everything up and tell me where I have to be, and I will be there on that. So we picked a date, and I said, you just set everything up and I'll be there. I never actually got to talk to the veteran, which was actually my fault, because a lot of time I am supposed to talk directly to the veteran because of PTSD, the veteran has a right to say they don't want this. You know, it's their opportunity to tell me. But I never actually talked to him, but he was always in the background. So I arrived at the mayor's office. We did do it in the mayor's office of this small community, and when I got there, the veteran was already there. And he made it well known that he did not want to be there at all. Wasn't nice about it. And I took him aside and I told him that we didn't have to do this. It was entirely up to him. No hard feelings, you know. A lot of the veterans feel like they don't deserve this, and they do. They really do. And he said, no, I'll do it because my family wants me to do this. And I said, okay. And I really felt bad going through the whole thing because he really, didn't want it. And we awarded it. And afterward, he came to me and told me this. The reason why he didn't want it was because when he was a Vietnam veteran, and when he came home from Vietnam, he arrived at the Charleston airport. His family was too busy to pick him up. They sent a neighbor, and when he got in the neighbor's car, the neighbor said, oh, you're home, huh? That was the only time that was his whole welcome home. He wore his uniform home off the plane. He didn't, Vietnam veterans, you understand, he didn't know why his commander or whoever told him, don't wear your uniform home. He wore his uniform home. He was spit on. He was called names. And it affected his whole life. He didn't feel worthy after that. And he said he always felt like he did something wrong. So I just want to say that he came to me afterward and told me that this quilt was the only time that he ever received a thank you. And he didn't really realize how much he needed that thank you. And to this day, this was 3 years ago, he still emails me and tells me he uses his quilt. And he still, thanks me for it. But it's one of the reasons why I do this. All of these ladies here are volunteers for Quilts of Valor. They've all helped in making these quilts. We're all volunteers and nobody gets paid. And like I say, I've been doing it 10 years. It's everything that we get as far as donations goes towards fabric to make these quilts. And I appreciate these ladies so much by doing that because I can't do what I do without volunteers. But I want to leave you with one other thing. It only takes there's only two defining forces that have ever offered to die for you and me. Jesus Christ and the American soldier. One died for your soul, the other died for your freedom. So, thank a veteran today. Appreciate y'all coming. There's pizza here, there's cookies, and they're bringing in drinks for you all. But before we do that, I'd like to have you all, the veterans, come back up so we can get pictures. All of these pictures are sent into the foundation along with to register your quilt. If you all that can come back up here, I'd appreciate it.